Hollywood is no stranger to controversy, but when a household name like George Clooney finds himself at the center of a career-defining fallout, it's impossible not to take notice. In a year already marked by shifting public sentiment and heightened scrutiny on the entertainment industry, Clooney's political involvement in 2024 has sparked backlash that's now reshaping his once stellar career. Studios are pulling back, high-profile projects are crumbling, and Clooney himself seems caught in a downward spiral of blame and defiance. How did one of Hollywood's most respected actors end up in this precarious position? And what does it mean for the future of celebrity and politics? Let's break it all down. But before we continue with this whole drama, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the latest news surrounding Hollywood. Hollywood's former golden boy is now the guy who's got a VIP pass to the Hall of Career Collapses. What happened? Well, buckle up, because this story's got everything. Politics, studio drama, high-stakes decisions, and the slow realization that maybe, just maybe, audiences aren't here for your political monologues.
I didn't think people would vote for someone who was so deeply flawed. I mean, I know Donald Trump, that's the thing is people, I have his phone number in my phone book. He was the guy that came to the bars and asked me about which cocktail waitress was single. That's who he was.
This was back in the 90s.
Not that long, no, back in the 2000s, quite honestly. And so there's this part of you that just goes, well, that guy shouldn't be president. But I was wrong, and he was. And our democracy, I believe, paid a price, certainly around the world. And I worry about the possibility. I don't think it's as good as some people are afraid of, but I do worry about it. I think we're in a time where we need some interesting candidates all around the board.
Democratic side as well.
Sure. Yeah, we need interesting candidates out there.
Let's rewind a bit. About a month ago, the general public collectively realized the media might have been stretching the truth for years. Big shocker, I know. This sudden epiphany seems to have led to a shift in how people view not just the media, but also Hollywood elites, including our pal George. Clooney, in his infinite wisdom, decided to throw his perfectly tailored hat into the political ring in 2024.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because we're not going to be used. Fear is not going to be something that what drives our country. We're not going to be scared of Muslims or immigrants or women. We're not actually afraid of anything. So, we're not going to use fear. So that's not going to be an issue.
Bold move, George. Too bad it backfired harder than an old Chevy on a steep incline. Instead of winning hearts and minds, Clooney's political dabbling has alienated audiences and studios alike. The result? A career nosedive so sharp it'd make a stunt pilot dizzy. The fallout has been swift and brutal. Warner Brothers, the studio behind the Ocean's franchise, has officially terminated Clooney's deal. Remember those plans for Ocean's 14 and a bunch of spin-offs to expand the series into a Mission Impossible-style mega franchise? Yeah, those are now floating face down in the Hollywood pool. CEO David Zaslav reportedly pulled the plug. After seeing the public backlash against Clooney's political commentary, Zaslav isn't exactly in the mood to gamble Warner Brothers' reputation on a polarizing figure who could alienate ticket buyers faster than you can say. Box office bomb. Apparently, the final decision came during a remote meeting that could have been titled The Clooney Ultimatum. Clooney and his team, including his agent and manager, fought tooth and nail to keep the deal alive. Insiders say the meeting got heated, with Clooney making his case like a lawyer in a courtroom drama. But Zaslav and the Warner Brothers board weren't swayed. They were more focused on ensuring the studio's future didn't involve a PR nightmare. So they cut ties, officially sinking Ocean's 14 and its spin-offs before the scripts could even gather dust. Naturally, Clooney isn't taking this quietly. He's claimed the decision was purely political, arguing that his firing had nothing to do with his acting chops or box office appeal. While that might be partially true, it misses the bigger picture. Hollywood's elites have long underestimated how their actions and statements resonate with the average moviegoer. Audiences don't want to pay for a ticket to hear a lecture. They want to escape, unwind, and maybe laugh a little, not feel like they're trapped in a debate club. And this isn't just Clooney's problem. Hollywood has been grappling with a growing disconnect for years. Studios that once relied on star power to sell tickets are realizing that audiences care more about stories and experiences than the political opinions of actors.
I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk, he's a dog, he's a pig, he's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has. He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face. This is somebody that we want for president? I don't think so. What I care about is the direction of this country. And what I'm very, very worried about is that it might go in the wrong direction with someone like Donald Trump. If you care about your future, vote for it.
Clooney, like many before him, is learning this the hard way. Adding insult to injury, Clooney's career has gone from cruising in the A-list fast lane to hitchhiking on the side of the road. With Warner Brothers pulling out, Clooney is now left scrambling for roles with smaller studios, places that likely have craft services tables stocked with store-brand chips and bottled water, not the high-end espresso machines Clooney's accustomed to.
All actors lie, right? If you're gonna go in for an audition, they say this guy's a Cajun juggler, and you go, it's so weird because I'm Cajun and I'm a juggler. That's the truth.
To make matters even spicier, he's hinted at appearing on popular podcasts to tell his side of the story. Insiders say he's ready to dish dirt on Warner Brothers and spill the tea about behind-the-scenes drama from the previous Ocean's films. Imagine Clooney sitting in a podcast studio, mic in hand, recounting tales of Hollywood betrayal. It's almost poetic. Meanwhile, Warner Brothers seems unbothered by Clooney's threats. The studio has made it clear they're prioritizing audience satisfaction over individual star power. Zaslav and his team are reportedly focusing on projects that resonate with the masses, steering clear of divisive figures who could jeopardize box office performance. It's a bold move, and honestly, it might just pay off. In an era where audiences are increasingly fed up with political undertones in their entertainment, Warner Brothers could be leading the charge for a Hollywood reset. So, what's the lesson here? Well, it's simple. Stay in your lane. If you're an actor, act. If you're a politician, campaign. And if you're George Clooney, maybe stop trying to be the Hollywood version of a UN ambassador. The truth is, the public loves a good performance, not a lecture. When actors forget that, they risk alienating the very people who buy their tickets. Of course, there's a certain irony in all this. Clooney built a career playing charming, relatable characters. He was the guy audiences loved to root for, the suave con man, the daring thief, the heartthrob doctor. But somewhere along the way, the real George Clooney became less of a charming rogue and more of a polarizing figure. And Hollywood doesn't have much room for actors who can't connect with their audience. What do you think? Was Warner Brothers right to cut ties with Clooney? Is this the beginning of a larger shift in Hollywood, or just another example of cancel culture in action? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this little Hollywood drama breakdown, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.